If you're considering to get retired in Portugal or receive a passive income, I would recommend you to keep watching this video. My name is Karla Morais, I'm an immigration lawyer for 5 years and I work at Lexidy. And today we are talking about the D7 visa. We have a lot of reasons for a person to get retired in Portugal, starting for the health. Once you become a resident in Portugal, you'll be able to have the public health in Portugal, which can be less expensive compared to other countries. There's also the public education. We have like good culinary. We have like the fado music, which is also really nice. Also the cost of life, it's way low comparing to other countries. You can have like a dinner in a good restaurant, you can live in a good place and not pay too expensive for that. The right permit for people that want to get retired in Portugal should be the passive income, which is also known as the D7. The D7 visa is for those who receive a pension, a regular pension in Portugal. You should receive at least the minimum wage in Portugal, calculate the minimum wage in Portugal, and if you're applying as the main applicant, it will be only the minimum wage. If you're applying for your family, you need to add 50% for each adult member and 30% for each minor. The procedure should be applicable on the consulate, on the country of your residency, or the competent organ, which is also the VFS. It's also quite important to mention that this can be a benefit if you're living in a country that the consulate works better than the country of your citizenship, for example, where you can book appointments easily or find slots easily, and the process can be faster comparing to some other consulates that can be more difficult to proceed with the application. So the process requires also a Portuguese bank account in Portugal because you need to prove that you have means of subsistence. You need to consider the minimum wage plus 12 months for you as the main applicant, and if you intend to bring any family member, you should add 50% of this full amount and 30% of this full amount for each minor. So having the Portuguese bank account and the other documents, you should be going in person to the consulate or to the VFS and submit your application there. They will analyze your process, and if everything is under expected, you will receive a visa approved and valid for 4 months. Usually when you receive this visa approved, you also have an appointment at the immigration office, which is great because to schedule an appointment at the immigration office in Portugal can be difficult. So then this is the second part of the application. You should come to Portugal to attend to this appointment in person. New documents should be submitted. But I can say that it's much easier when you have a visa approved than if you are starting the process from the zero in Portugal, for example, applying without a visa. You go there, you present your biometrics, the fingerprints, and then if they accept your application, you should receive a residence card valid for 2 years. This residence card can be renewable for more 3 years, and after 5 years, you can apply for the citizenship. One of the requirements to renew the residence authorization is that you cannot leave the country for more than 6 months consecutives or 8 months interpolated during the validity of your card. Otherwise, you can have problems to renew it. Well, it's important to have the guidance of all the necessary documentation to present and all the risks that you can take. So it's really important to look for the right documentation, and an assistance of a lawyer could be helpful, especially with the immigration office. Regarding the taxes, please be aware that once you become a resident in Portugal, you should change your fiscal address from the country of your residency to Portugal. So it's really important for you to be aware about how your income will be taxed in Portugal. I will advise you to look for a tax lawyer and know more about these details. One of the reasons of people that want to get retired in Portugal is for the public health, the health insurance. Can be less expensive than in other countries, and as long as you hold a residence authorization, you'll be entitled to be enrolled and receive your UTENT number, and you can have access to the public health. You should consider when you want to relocate in Portugal, and you need to consider the timeline that can take regarding the consulate appointment and also the immigration office, because this is one of the things that is not possible to control, so we cannot give like a precisely timeline how long the process take. Just have in mind that if you want to relocate to Portugal, just start as soon as possible, so you can have an idea about dates on the consulate and timeline of the bank account and also the full process. Best place to retire in Portugal, we have a lot of options. Lisbon, it can be a good option if you're looking for a city that is more commercial and you can have more restaurants and everything is open. Or you can look for Porto, for example, which is more cozy. You have the Douro River, which is amazing to just rest there in the evening and just see the sunset. Also, Algarve was considered one of the best places to relocate in Portugal for people that, for tourists, for example. And we also have Coimbra, which can be also a good option if you're looking for a smaller city with historical and also universities. Coimbra can be an option for you. When you receive a residence authorization in Portugal, you have free access to the Schengen area. So this means that you can travel as long as you want, but you cannot exceed the period of each country gives to you. So the residence authorization in Portugal gives you the right to live in Portugal, not in another country. I think people are looking more to Portugal because they felt that can be a country where they can settle. So we have here like an atmosphere that can provide from people that are retired, like the safety and also the peace. It's like a place that everybody respects each other, so you see less confusion. Can be like a good place to just rest and take a balanced life. I hope that this video clarifies your requires and that you consider Portugal as your second home. Thank you.